So last night was kind of an interesting night. Around 3 a.m. the Coyotes started moving in. They were pretty close. Probably one of those little side canyons over there or something. Really not that afraid of coyotes, you know, like from a, attack standpoint, being attacked. More or less, just don't want them picking apart my gear and everything that's laying outside the tent. So anyways, I hear these coyotes and I instinctively do my, I think it's a very excellent barking dog impression. And I then instantly realized that they are dogs and they are not afraid of this barking sound, right? So it kind of drew them in a little bit further. They came back at 6 a.m., chucked a few rocks out of the tent, and everything was fine. And now I kind of have to do the dog impression, right? Well, I'm going to move back up this canyon here and check out that wall that I ran into last night. I mean, it looked pretty steep. At the time, it looked like a dead end, but it was getting dark. Kind of slick rock. Yeah, this rock is pretty slick. And there's just no good handholds here for down climbing. Like literally zero. It's not far, but I don't want to slide down this thing either. Jeez. Well, I made it about halfway up and I just decided it's not worth it. Everywhere I put my feet, when you reach up for a handhold, there's just nothing there. It's slick rock, and if I have to come back down this thing, which there's a good chance I might have to, I have no idea if this canyon is passable or not, I'm gonna have a hard time coming down. What I had planned for today, at least the first half of today, the interesting half of today, is just not gonna happen. I found a nearby rock face that is a lot more climbable, a lot more handholds and footholds. I have no idea if climbing this is going to get me to a spot that's going to connect with where I want to go. And I found this small cave just a little ways up from the wash down there. Well, I could definitely continue my way up this chute, but on my map it just shows basically sheer cliffs and stuff the further up you go. So there's really no point, I guess, in climbing any further. And the further I climb, I think it's just going to be harder and harder to get down, and then you're going to forget the route that you took up. And that's kind of a big thing. You need to know exactly which route to take down, because you're going to get yourself in some trouble if you just start trying to down climb random routes. Gotta be always a thorn bush right in the worst places. Time to turn around. Yeah, pretty good footholds on this one. You just gotta take your time. Handholds, footholds. They're small, but they'll do. On the other side of the shadow is the canyon I was camping in last night. Came out of this morning, and then there's another one that splits off here. Now this one doesn't go where I want it to go, where I need it to go. But I'm here. I may go up it a ways just to explore it and check it out. Turn around and head back. So I just made my way up that pour off, climbed up a little ways, and you know, the canyon keeps going in the direction that I don't want to go. So this is a beautiful canyon, really, but I think I'm going to use my time to get out of the canyon and head to Echo Bay, which is my first resupply. It's probably about, say 8 miles that way. Well, that canyon was pretty much a bust. I really do think it's doable. Somebody that's got the right equipment, the right skills, but you know, I didn't expect everything to work out on this hike. You know, I plot stuff out that looks good, and then you get out there and try it. You know, I think if you take the easy route every time, where's the adventure in that? You know, sometimes you got to put yourself in those situations where stuff doesn't work out. Here's one last look at the canyon, which by the way is not even named. It's not named. It always kind of blows me away when you get a really spectacular canyon that's unnamed. So now I've got about 7 miles of cross-country hiking. And if you kind of see this ridge line here, you follow it to where it ends. That's where I'm headed. There's Echo Bay Campground. There was a series of smaller washes that I was walking along earlier. Above them, they've kind of converged to a little bit larger wash, and this one's called Calico Wash. So I should be able to follow this one most of the way to Echo Bay Campground. Oh, here you go. I was wondering when I was going to find one of these. Tortoiseshell. That is cool to find. Well, I hope this guy had a good life bumbling around in the desert. And over there is like a trailer park. People actually live here, Echo Bay Campground. Trailer park. I don't know, it's kind of weird to me. There's like no services here. It's a really pathetic little tiny store. Not enough here to resupply. I buried myself some food. That was my resupply, so I'm gonna pick that up a little bit later. But for now, I'm gonna get to that store and see if they have a sandwich and a cold Coke or something. While getting there, I passed the upper campground. There's a lower campground down here. And there's a very small store. And then that building way down there is an abandoned restaurant. Really wish that thing was open because I could go for a burger or pizza or something. Something that doesn't come in a wrapper. And this is Echo Bay. And this is the abandoned hotel and a restaurant here at Echo Bay. And the water level would have at some point come pretty far up this. And if you look around here, you can kind of see the line on the mountain there. You know, where it goes from light to dark. That's where the water level was at one point. Somebody destroyed the toilet. Nasty. only this restaurant was still open. Double cheeseburger. Sounds good right now. Well then. Oh, that's great. Room of PI Customs. Nice. Of course, a mattress on the balcony. Alright. It's not often you get to do any urban exploration on these hiking trips, so I'll take that. And now I'm walking Echo Wash. I'm gonna go retrieve my food cache. What I think I'm gonna do is get my food cache and actually Uber into Overton. There's just no food here that I want to eat. I don't want to eat more of the same food. I've just got another bag of food that's exactly like what I have on me that I already don't want to eat. I'm gonna get into Overton, get a motel for the night, get a big ass pizza, burger, whatever. You know, have a huge breakfast in the morning and head out. And I'm hoping just at night rest, some food I want to eat will kind of kickstart my appetite a little bit. And then I can eat all the crap I have on my back like normal. But to me, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to keep pushing on 800 calories a day of food, because eventually you're going to crash, you're going to hit that wall. I've been really lucky. I've been doing as well as I have. All right, so about 2 weeks ago, I was here and I buried a food cache somewhere in these hills. Put a little wooden post up on the top of that pile of dirt, kind of mark the spot from far away. I see it, and everything looks intact below it where I buried it. If I move this rock, which is pretty cool. I mean, look at this. I think this is gypsum. I keep saying gypsum, but man, that is cool. So there's that, and under this is my bag. There we have it. A couple of days of food. All right, so a few things about this food cache here. This is the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. I did research, can you cache food in a national recreation area? And of course, I came up blank. So in light of that, I just kind of went ahead and did it. I would probably say it's not legal, and I don't recommend that you do this either. Secondly, you'll notice that it's in a garbage bag. Inside this garbage bag, which I double bagged, is an OP sack. It's an odor-proof bag. I'm a big fan of these odor-proof bags. I've been using these for years and thousands of miles of hiking and have never had an animal encounter with one. And the reason why I put it in a bag instead of, you know, some sort of canister is because it would take, you know, several days of driving and hundreds of dollars in gas to drive around the whole route and bury these. And then after the hike, I would have to come back and pick up the garbage. So, you know, to me, the alternative, burying it in an odor-proof bag like this, that means I can just take the garbage with me, and then I don't have to come back again for a second time. The third and final thing, the reason why I didn't bury it any deeper than I did, I bought a shovel off of eBay, and the first time I put that shovel in the ground, the shovel bent in half. So they sent me a shovel-shaped object, not a functional shovel, you know? So I couldn't really dig in any hard ground. The best I could do was the softest ground possible, and that was right here. At the end of the day, my food's here, no harm, no foul. We're good to go. Walking through this campground and came across this gem of a sign here. No picnicking. Picnics are not allowed in this area. That is awesome. No picnics.
So actually Uber won't come out here. At the last minute it says no cars available, even though the whole time it's like, oh, it's gonna be $40. It's like, oh cool, you know, that's reasonable, you know. So anyways, had to call a taxi, and I've got a ride coming here in about 45 minutes. So in the meantime, I've got this beautiful sunset to look at. Not too bad.